creative process for Bloco is collaborative. We have an amazing team of artists and actually a brilliant team of young Bloco leaders, and we get together and we talk. There is no one person who's in charge, and we say, what works here? Oh, does that work? Oh, I don't know, maybe we should try this bit. And everybody has something to add. There isn't one person who's saying, oh, you have to do this and this is my idea and we need to go, blah, blah, blah. That's not how we work.
You take a person that's strong at one thing and you listen to what he's got to say about that. If we choose a piece, we'll have 2 or 3 keys that are good for the horns, but there are 2 or 3 keys that just doesn't work with the pans. And the pan leader, Wade, will say, no, can we change the key? We will have a rhythm and the drum section will feel, no, it's not working in that. So every section has an equal voice.
It means that we get to really listen to the voices around the table. That is youth voice as well as our tutor voices.
It has to rely on everybody within the unit to bring their strengths to the unit.
It's not a case of no one person can lead. We need different leaders at different points who are good at different things, because what we are really happy about and what is really essential is actually utilising the individual skills that we have around that table. That's where our strength is.
The only reason we can work collaboratively really well is that we know and respect each other's forms. And we know that if you have something to say, that we should be listening to it. Then it comes back to being inclusive rather than saying, no, this can't work. Oh, why does it work or why won't it work? And being open to suggestions.
I actually enrolled on the Kinetika Bloco leadership program, and I've never played with the Bloco before, and it was really interesting to hear all these motivational speakers come through telling us like how to lead ourselves, taking risks. So I came that year to the Bloco, loved it. As I was there as a semi-leader, and it was really a good perspective to see how the creative team works, and then through the years I've just kind of stepped up each year.
What makes young people feel valued at Bloco is that decisions are made with your interests and with your opinions, rather than things going over your head. You're taking control of situations, and as a young person you're valued rather than just dismissed as being like just another teenager.
A lot of it actually happens before the rehearsal, but a lot of it happens on the show. You get somebody going, no, one more time, where you feel, no, we haven't completed what we're musically trying to say, and we go round again. So it's organic, and we rely on the professionalism of everyone.
The leaders interact with each other really well, they're really warming. It's quite funny sometimes, because sometimes there can be disputes, but they're not real disputes, they're just, we want to be the best we can, so it's quite funny and engaging.
We try never to say that there are boundaries, but we will always push. It's to help them grow rather than pushing them. And if you make somebody grow, they will grow in confidence, they will grow in stature, and they will grow in demeanor. And the minute that comes about, they become stronger.
So one of our values is risk, and I think that for some young people, the Bloco is a big risk. You're putting them in front of loads of people, and you are giving them the opportunity to show and give themselves. Now, I think some young people, they love this, and actually I think a lot of young people do, but it's not common. It's at school or it's in a project where it's still quite formal. We're taking them on the road and saying, come on, let's go. We're going to walk, we're going to have fun, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But at the same time, we're saying, what all you have to do is just play this instrument. And then we're saying, okay, well, actually, if you enjoy doing that and you see a little bit further, maybe, do you want to help lead something? That's a risk. I think that's a risk, especially when it's your peer group, because you don't know how you're going to be received.
The creative process draws people naturally because they see that things grow. They see the happiness, and because of the give and take with us, people are always smiling. People are always happy on their performance. There's never anybody scowling at anybody. And if you work with art, you allow people to feel free.
you're able to see yourself and imagine yourself taking more opportunities. And then because the opportunities are there, you're more willing to take it and kind of run with it and develop and grow with each thing that you do. So it's not just that you're growing within the Bloco, you're able to go out in the world and say, okay, well, I may not be the expert in this, but I do have something to offer. And that confidence comes from the risk on both sides from the Bloco. Do I think it's unique? I didn't until I was quiet in a creative meeting, which is unlike me. I actually realised that we were all making decisions together. And I hadn't thought about it as being different until that exact point. And everybody's kind of giving this bit. And I realised actually there's so much strength in that, because when you give a bit of yourself to it, you really put some hard work in.
The three things I feel that are at the base of the creative process of Bloco is one, that even at the lowest level, for the newest kid, they can see that it's all inclusive, the floor is open, your input is as valued as somebody's been here for 15 years or a director's. Two is progression, seeing that with work you can step up to become a leader, and that you learn from seeing others do it, so you learn from experience. And three is the shared vision that the leaders have in what we're trying to create for the Bloco, and that everyone has part of that process that is not just from the top down.
If you're going to do it for the young people, your people, you need to say, okay, what's best for you? And how can we best make that happen so that everybody can be at their best within that? So if you can do that one thing, so sacrifice your ego.